everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the Dice Tower. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a look inside 3 different boxes, 2 expansions for ISS Vanguard and 1 for Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Because, let's be frank, I'm never going to get to these, likely. So I figured I would open the boxes and just show you a little bit what's inside. I'm going to try to keep spoilers to a minimum. You'll see it a little bit. If you open the box, you'd see probably most of this stuff. So we're just going to go through each box, see kind of what's in there, and that's the video. So this is ISS Vanguard Lost Fleet. So this is, according to the rule book here, this is a game that takes place way into the future. So you have this, you have 2 log books here. You have a regular log book. This is the story of the game. And operations log books, which are kind of like standalone missions, although they recommend highly that you play some of this first. You have a whole new fleet book to go through. Hey, there's a new ship, the Saber-Tooth, new aliens and such, and then a bunch of new stuff to put into your book. Star map, etc., as well as the Planetopedia. I'm not going to ruin what's inside here, but you can see the first thing in here is another ship that you'll be landing on. This explains everything that's in the game, and it tells you. Now, I do want to point out here, this tells you that it takes place in the future, and then you have to do a lot of setup for this, especially if you played before. And it warns you of that. There is 4 pages here of just pulling stuff out, putting things in, taking these out, putting other things in, and then how to start the game. So there is now new alien dice in the game, and you can see them here. We're not going to really go through all these cards, but you can see these alien dice. Here's a Saber-Tooth card, and then we have a reference card for the alien dice, danger die, and then other stuff that's in here. And then a bunch more cards, tons of cards. And again, I don't want to spoil them through you, but that's kind of what here. It's another full campaign for ISS Vanguard Lost Fleet. This one, if I was playing this, I would be very tempted because the idea of finding a lost fleet is always a cool theme for me. Deadly Frontier is a bigger box, although it doesn't have quite as much change necessary to the game. So when you go through the rule book here, when we look at the setup page, there's just a little bit more setup. You don't have to take as much stuff out. There is still a decent amount you need to take out. And if you're playing the Lost Fleet campaign, it does talk about that. And you can mix and match these. The biggest change that they want to talk in here, let's show here. We got a new Planetopia, ooh, Promising Land, and Eclectic Haven, and Everquake. Anyhow, a whole new big log book. A lot more pages for their main book, and then a ton of cards. But we want to talk about these miniatures. So you have some new miniatures here, and this matters because you're replacing all the crew members from your original one. Now all of your crew members have basically alien types. You'll see this one is human, this one here is visitor, some of them are mixed, Idemian, visitor, human, and this kind of shows the body type of them. And so when you pick the body type of these different people, you can pick one of these miniatures, or you can use one of the human ones from the base game. And so, of course, as with Awakened Realms stuff, all the miniatures look really cool. I don't know that I want to play as an alien, but I mean, maybe it's fun. Oh, never mind. I could be this guy. He looks pretty cool. So that's there. More cards underneath for some of the new spaceships and things like that. Tons of little cards here on the side, and really just a ton of cards in this expansion in general. So that's what's in Deadly Frontier. Okay, now we're looking at Aeon Trespass Odyssey, and this is the 4th and the 5th cycle. So if you finished that massive game, I feel like if there's not the same amount of content in this, there's almost as much. So we have 2 full punch boards here. Looks like there's going to be maelstorms and tornadoes and such. So let's get these out of the way. All right. I should mention, before we look at anything else in here, that inside here, there was an upgrade pack for the first game. It talks about it here. So you add this stuff to the first game. Some of the large cards, small cards, smaller cards, etc. Even some stickers for some of this. Now, I got to be honest, this feels like it's too small to be an upgrade pack. There was a lot of stuff that could have been used in the original one, but what do I know? All right, 2 massive books. So this is cycle 4, and this is cycle 5. Just a ton of stuff in here. Of course, when you look in here, in the beginning, there's some artwork. It tells you what components you'll need. It tells you how to build this big nasty creature here. It shows you all the components. And then it talks about what is in this book. And you can see there's a lot of information about here. And then, of course, the story itself, of which there is a ton of it. The Truthsayer book is the same way. What's in this book gives you some of the ideas on how to fight. There's a lot of information in each of these books, and then the main story of this one, and a lot of cool things in here too. Some envelopes that say do not open until you're told to open these. Fine. A bunch of locations, more stuff that you're not supposed to open to the end. But we're here to take a look at the, more envelopes. Do not open, do not open. The deck of cards. Secret decks. Here's some stuff we can look at, I guess. Some core cards. Routine signatures. And miniatures. Miniatures. Here is a tentacle. I'm sure that goes on something else. Some more Titans, I think. This is a cool one. He looks like a deep sea Titan. This Titan, and I'm assuming these are Titans. They may not be Titans. Okay, get this guy out. There we come. He's got the whole world in his... Oh, does he throw that at people? That'd be really cool. Man, the Titans are starting to look pretty awesome here. Some pretty cool miniatures. Okay, so that's here on top. We have some boxes here, which are apparently miniatures that can't be opened yet. The map cards here, which I don't want to spoil for you. So we'll skip by them. All right, more minis. So here's this whole giant piece. Look how awesome that is. It comes apart, I guess. And that piece fits in like that. Pretty neat. These massive creatures. This guy has, oh, he's kind of gross, sword-wise. There's your ship. Is this the tentacle beast? I don't know where that tentacle came from. Maybe it came from this guy. Yep, looks like the tentacle fits right there. All right. And then over here, goodness gracious, so many cards. Lots of secret decks. Some more characters. And then, no joke, tons of equipment. I love looking at the equipment. I'm like, ooh, someday I'll get to use the Phantom Spear. Someday the Hermes Ballista gun. I mean, there is, I believe, this entire section here. Yep, these are all pieces of equipment. Blackburn, buckler, water-resistant beacon, X-Hyphos, skylight breastplate. That's a lot of stuff. What are these little cards here? Oh, the exploration cards and clues and things like that. So we're not going to look too closely at those. Up here, I think we have more grave traumas, because why not? Gain 2 pain tokens. That sounds wonderful. You also notice there's another die here. So this is pretty much what's in this box. A lot of stuff, a lot of minis, and a ton of cards. And that's it here, folks. I just wanted to show you what was inside these 3 boxes in case you play these games and wanted to learn more about them. I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video on The Dice Tower. Hey, do you want to know what's going on with Dice Tower? Do you want to know about our events, our cruises, special things that we're going to do live here in the Dice Tower? Subscribe to Dice Tower Digest. Go to dicetowerdigest.com. It's a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. We won't use your email for anything else. This is just to get you some information about the Dice Tower so you'll be up to date. Thanks for watching.